What's up guys, Sub-Zero here, and oh my god, I pulled up the Chinese TFT leaderboard today, and who do I see rank 1? Douyu points contest, brother Shun, you know it. Shunga is rank 1 or not North America, that'd be pretty sick. Rank 1 China, and so I said, you know what, I gotta VOD review this guy, I gotta see what Shunga is doing in set 10. If you guys aren't familiar with Shunga, I have a long history of VOD reviewing this guy. One of my favorite Chinese players to watch. Was a world champion, won Chinese regionals as well. Chinese regionals into winning worlds, an absolute god of the game, and he's rank 1 China. Also, if you notice in the background, I got the all of the music from set 10 and downloaded it, so I'm going to try using that as my background music for this video. Let me know if you guys like that, or if you guys like just the generic like lo-fi stuff, because I feel like this is kind of nice. You guys get the TFT music, but like, I don't know, maybe you guys are tired of the TFT music, who knows. In any case, not the most amazing opener here, pretty mid actually. Don't really love either of our chosens that we've been dropped here. You could theoretically take Bruiser Olaf, but like it just doesn't look that good. Like, if we got dropped like a Gragas here, then you know you love to take this and just play 4 Bruiser, get in like a Kaisa, but we don't have the Gragas, so like I don't know if you're supposed to pick this up. Like the problem is if you wait one out here and you miss, it's disastrous. But we also have 2 out of 3 super fan. Like the potential to hit like a Lilia here and be able to play around that is quite high. So yeah, I don't think you pick this up here. Item slams are quite awkward from this position. I saw Dish up in this spot earlier and he made a Morello's, but I know it's like not amazing. I do think Iron Assets is an amazing augment that might also sort of like help our items issue. If we can make Morello plus Shojin, then we're kind of rocking and rolling, and some extra gold here. But yeah, I'd roll these 2. Oh, and then in terms of Galaxy, one of the options, it looks like that was the option where one of the option was gold coins for each piece of equipment. I think that's one right now. I don't know what Lukai ending is. I mean, that's obviously like one of the like it's either prismatic gold or silver, but I'm not really sure which one it is. Sentinel Casante's got to be good enough in a position like this, I would think. Just to play like a decent board here. Like you play around Sentinel Casante as your front line. You don't really have that cohesive of a backline though. Do I have any synergies that work for backline here? But like with this setup, I think you would just play for streak a bit. But like your items are, I mean, let's see what our item, like you want to make Shojin Morello here, I would think. The problem is just like on who. I mean, I guess you could just put them on Annie, so like Asante, play Annie, and then chill, I guess. But like Morello Annie doesn't seem that good. Curious to see what he makes here. I would look at Shojin Morello here, buy the Cassante, probably play Annie, like play Cassante plus Annie plus like Bard maybe, or like maybe a Cannon. If we buy this, we go down to 5 gold. You could theoretically, I mean, sell. Is 5. The only problem is you'd also want to hold Cannon pair, but then you can just sell this. Make 10? Maybe? Oh, you're gonna get gold from slamming, right? We just said that. Okay, so it's level up here. Play the Gnar. He's going to play this board. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, just trying to play good units. And ooh. Okay, he's looking at Trojan Slam, and then yeah, he doesn't want to make Morello's. He does not think that item is good enough in a spot like this. Even though we get paid 2 gold to make it, he's not interested in making Morello's here. So yeah, he's just going to play Shojin plus Rod on Katarina. So yeah, he's not really a fan of the Morello making a spot like this. I think this actually makes pretty good sense. I think in the spot that I was thinking about earlier where Dish Soap was in, you know, like, ooh. And this is a really cool shop as well. Like you could think about getting like emo plus, like you have to get some kind of board in here. You could also get like almost get Spellweaver in. Right, we have 2. We can't fully get KDA in. You'd like to play around Thomas Kench. I mean, maybe it's just field Thomas Kench too, hold the Katarina and chill for a little bit, because you don't really like these items on Katarina could be strong for later. Ooh, okay. So it's like this then, and then we're just gonna get rid of the Cassante because at this point our direction is sort of pointing us away from Cassante, and if we can get like a chosen, like a country chosen, that might be really nice, especially because we're level 4. I don't know. This is an interesting opener for sure. I mean, I assume you hold a lot of this stuff. He's gonna opt to not hold. No, yeah, you definitely hold the Mumu. Yeah, over the Bard. I think that's fine. Interesting. I mean, this has already been a pretty cool opener trying to navigate because it's very non-straightforward. We get to pick up some solid Pentakill units, but we don't actually have a Pentakill core to play around. This is a really good crowd diver. I assume we're going to play, like, cut, play Yone. Maybe double Katarina plus Yone. We don't have a Bruiser to play, which is a little bit sad. But yeah, like, just play around this Katarina. The idea being if you hit Country, if you hit Bruiser, you can actually play like a really strong opener. I don't really see much else that's really good here. He's gonna look to play the emo opener. Okay. So yeah, he is gonna pivot items over Danny. Okay. So yeah, he thinks he thinks that this is better than potentially playing around the actually the music can be at 30%. That's not too loud. I always get the music super low, but like because I don't want it to annoy me, but like you guys can barely hear it if I keep it that low. Okay, so yeah, he doesn't want to play Crowd Diver. He plays around just emo opener. I mean, I would say better holder of the Shojin, but not necessarily much better. Item-wise here, bow. Is he? I mean, it's a 3-cost bow. I would have probably looked to finish like belt item or something like that. He wants 3-cost bow here. He doesn't really care about the Yone because we just passed up a Yone. I mean, I'm not sure that he's gonna make Gwinsu. That's a great pickup. Yeah, we can play Super Fan here. And yeah, he is going to make the Shojin Gwinsu. Wow. And yeah, you can make 20 in this position. He's like getting kind of rich now. So yeah, Shojin Gwinsu Annie with the Emo Amumu. And he just fights someone who's open for it. I mean, assume you sell, yeah, all of this. You don't, I guess, have to keep the cannon. I don't really care about Yone. Probably would keep the cannon over Yone, so have replacement cannon and also pick up on the Kaisa. But I mean, this Annie's gonna be a decent item holder for a long time, especially if we hit her 2-star. Really cool to see how he plays around this. Ooh, tough shop, right? Like you'd really like to. I mean, okay, so actually there's a lot of options now that I think about it. I would really like to make 30 here, but like the Lulu is also a reasonable unit to hold. I don't think you care about holding the other stuff. I mean, if you win this fight, I assume you make 30, but it looks like you might not in order to hold the Lulu. Kind of wild. Like, she could be... If we find, like, Echo, she could be next in very easily. Like, Echo over the Amumu and then level for... Ooh, okay, so he's gonna sell, but still hold on to the Seraphine. He thinks, yeah, holding on to the Seraphine is worth it. I mean, it's another, like, really strong unit that you oftentimes want on this super fan board. But yeah, he in the spot prioritizes holding strong units over making econ here, which I think is, like, a really, really, like, important thing in this set and something that, like, you know, walking the line between like holding good units and like I would definitely hold a Mordekaiser here over one of these, over like Yone or something. Does he really want to pivot into like Heartsteel here? I'd be surprised by that. Yeah, reforges that cloak immediately. Wow, that was cloak that he reforged, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, dropped a cloak and said this cloak item sucks so bad. I guess the idea is like your slams out of belt are so good here. If you get belt, if you get chain, you don't really want to make like a redemption. I don't know, this redemption item has not performed well for me. And then the other thing is that you have this tier open. If you get like bow, you can make static. If you get Shojin, you could make double Shojin, which is like pretty good on Annie. He's gonna opt to level up here, which I think completely fine. I mean, we're still gonna make 40 gold, I imagine, unless he still wants to hold on to these guys for the potential Heartsteel this late. That's like burning so much econ for just a potential pivot, but I mean, maybe that's what he's thinking. I'm not sure. This is kind of crazy. Yeah, he's still gonna hold on to these Heartsteel units on the left side of his bench. Pretty crazy. So that's on teaming up. Look really, really good. I don't completely understand why. Because like to me, it doesn't seem that insane. Oh my god, and we rolled Nico Chosen, which is really good. I mean, actually, no, this one makes sense to me why it's broken. Also, he rolls Ari plus Kali, so he just gets the perfect KDA board here. Yeah, I can just get 5 KDA in here. He needs to ideally re-pick up... No, he has Naren, but like ideally you would want the cannon, and then we can play for like 4 Guardian. This is why I was a fan of holding on to that extra cannon earlier, but I want to hold on to something else. I forgot what he ended up holding. But yeah, actually this gold one, I understand why it's broken. The silver one, I don't understand why it's broken. It gives you like 2 3 costs and a component or something, which to me doesn't seem that good for a silver, but yeah, the gold one is like kind of insane. Oh my god, and Thresh and Karth this year. So I assume we just hold all these 4 costs and then flex everything on level 8. We're pretty rich because of our win streak and because we have all this basically extra gold from our augment. So I assume we can fast 8, but I guess we'll see how it ends up. Item-wise, we have this tier open still. Could be Archangels, could be like Hodge. Hodge is probably the best one that you can make here. Not really any great tank items that you can make. We do also have this, the needlessly big gems. You kind of have to think about, okay, what do you want to build out of this gem? Or not build out of this gem, but what do you want to build that synergizes with this gem, right? Like, you could also think about something like a Redemption or Protector's Vow, just to extendify fights. No glove available, so I'd probably just go for a chain vest here. Don't really want blue buff here. Yeah, it's just a bit too much casting, I would say. Level here seems very, very easy. Yeah, just get the Gragas in for 3 Spellweaver. He looked at the Thresh for a second, but I don't think so. Is there a way for you to make gold here? I mean, you'd have to sell Karthus, which I don't think is worth it, or the Thresh, and like I'm actually down to just hold both of those guys and be open, but curious to see if he makes Econ here. I probably wouldn't, just because I think I'll pay a gold to stay open. Though we got 3 gold from Seraphine, so now we can sell some of the shitters, yeah, and just make gold. Nice. I'm not that surprised by how strong this board is. Chosen Nico is a monster here, especially with the board that we already had, and ooh, he's looking at already. He pivots into this version of the board, the like Pentakill version. This also gets Executioner in. It just drops out of 5 KDA and Spellweaver, right? You're dropping KDA and Spellweaver to get an Executioner and Penta. I could see it. The other nice thing about this is it makes your board very... Like, all the units you are holding on your board are units that you are likely to play later, so, like, you don't have to hold a lot of these units on bench. It's like your gold is spent more sort of, like, efficiently between your board and the bench. The problem with that is that, like, I kind of wanted that Seraphine if we want to play towards Ahri, but maybe his idea is that we're never playing towards Ahri. I mean, ideally we go fast 9. He's looking maybe still at... Nah, I mean, he sold the other units, right? He's not going to play TF from this spot. He's committed himself to either Kali Karthus or Ahri Karthus. Ooh, Mordekaiser 2 is amazing there. We're giga rich in this spot. I mean, you want to make Declaw here, I would think. I mean, Gargoyle is fine, I guess. And then item-wise, yeah, I like Adapticone actually a good bit. It's a little bit sad. Nah, it's actually not that sad. Our items are fine. Yeah, it's just like a lot of casting for this Ahri. Like, if we move these items to Karthus, I'm not sure that he's going to do anything. I mean, maybe we're just going to play Ahri, Akali Karthus the entire game. You could see like that just being the gameplay. Sorry if you heard my phone buzz there. Ooh, and that was Little Buddies was our option. What were other options though? I mean, Little Buddies is very, very strong, and we have like literally the perfect spot for it. And these 2 augments are pretty mid. Little Buddies is so insane here, not only because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 costs on our board, potentially 4, but also because we're playing around the Superfan opener, so we already have 2, 1, and 2 costs that are buffing our guys. And imagine if we find a Kennen. But yeah, this is really insane. I imagine you go 8 here. The question is, do we even need to roll? Like, this might just be Gigafast 9 with how strong this board is with these items. Like, these items onto Ahri and the support item onto Karthus, I feel like is doing so much. What do you even add here? Like, you could add a Guardian. You could add another KDA unit, but we don't actually... Like, I'm thinking of just putting, like, Thresh in. I don't know. We don't have a cannon or anything. But yeah, like, I almost feel like at this HP... I mean, it's not almost. I 100% feel at this HP with this board that you don't actually even have to roll here. You just put in a solid tank here, like Thresh or Blitzcrank, probably Thresh. And then you just chill. Like, you don't even have to roll. And we're just going 9 on 5-2. Easily. I mean, that's the power of a strong win streak. And really, all it took was hitting that Chosen and then playing. Like, I really like these item slams have actually felt really, really effective on these units. Like, this Shojin Gwinsu Ahri is actually doing, like, insane work, just casting. Also, the units that we got from teaming up were so synergistic. Like, and then the next shop after that giving us the Karthus and everything. Like, it's definitely made this game relatively straightforward for us. The real test of this game is going to be, okay, what does Fast 9 look like in this spot? What is he pivoting into? What is he playing around? And those sort of Fast 9 decisions, I think, are really important, because I'll be real with you guys. I have been in this exact... Wow, why did he sell Thresh there? That was weird. I've been in this exact position multiple times saying, okay, there's no way I'm just guaranteed going first this game. And then you mess up the transition, like you go to 9 and you just die. Or like you transition too early and you just like die. Like you go 9 at a, like if I was playing poorly, which like I'm learning, I'm getting better. I'm doing, I'm getting rid of my sort of like bad habits. Hodge seems like a solid just all around item here. Either Hodge or like Archangel or something. Static Shiv is fine. I'm not a fan of it. Is he gonna make static here? Like I would think about going 9 here, but what really scares me about going 9 here is if you roll to 0 and you miss, your game is really, really bad. He finds a Ziggs. He finds like a random Ahri to put in. Yeah, I don't love this personally. This is sort of... It's so funny. I was about to say, Like, I would probably, like, old me probably would have gone 9 at 4-5 here, and then I watch Shunga and he goes 9 at 4-5. But, like, I feel like this kills your econ. It makes your board easier transition, like, much easier because you've started the transition already. But yeah, I probably would have sacked 2 more and then just gone 9 at 5-1 or 5-2. You had enough gold to do that. Now you're 10 gold here, and your board kind of sucks. No flame to the Shunga guy. Obviously, he's a god of TFT and a much better player than me, but I don't like this. I think you were supposed to sit 8 for 2 more rounds, because your board arguably got weaker because you have, like, no frontline now. So, like, your board is, like, maybe a tad bit stronger, maybe a little bit weaker. Like, what did we even just fight there? I mean, this happens to me sometimes where, like, China is one of the best regions in the world, potentially the best region. You know, it's debatable. NA is pretty good. I'm not gonna, like, obviously EU sucks. Sorry, but like, I am sort of like when I see plays like this, I feel like it's sort of enabled by the fact that the people in the rest of his lobby were kind of like, I don't know what board he was just fighting there. Like, he was fighting an insanely weak board. And like, look, he's actually getting really, really punished for this because we've rolled down and we're actually like giga low rolling on Chosen. So people who are like, oh, all you do is review high roll games, like, here, this is the low roll game that I'm reviewing. Like, he is super low rolled on Chosen here. He's rolled so many times to not hit anything. The double Gwinsu Shojin Ziggs, by the way. But yeah, I mean, he really wants to find frontline Chosen here. Like, I think Joe B would say, like, you're supposed to take this Poppy Chosen and, like, chill. Maybe he would say that. I don't know. I could very easily, I hear the little Joe bookmark in my mind saying that, that, like, we're trolling by not just taking the... I mean, at this point, though, you can, like, your board's actually kind of stabilized. Like, the nice thing is that he did get to a pretty strong board, like, a pretty reasonable board, eventually. It's just... And, like, the HP, like, pad that he had from how good his early game was did make it relatively easy for him. So, you know, like, if you have the mechanics to get to this kind of board, it kind of works. He's thinking about playing around Disco for a while. I mean, you have the Blitzcrank too, which you're going to play for a while. The Gragas slots in very nicely into this board, and he has the TF. So, like, it's a nice setup. Eventually, I think you get into, like, the Bard version, you know, like, playing around Jazz and stuff, and you play around, like, Jazz, and then you get, like, a set in, and you get, like, a Yorick in as well. But, you know, we'll see if we end up getting to that version of the board. Item-wise here, we build healing reduction here? He goes for the Sona with that. I mean, probably would have just gone Sunfire here. We don't have any healing reduct on this board, right? Yeah, there's 0 healing reduct. He went for the Sunder item, which, like, I think it's more so just for the Sona pair, but, like, I mean, I guess Sona 2 does some amount of work here. Not an insane amount, I would think. But yeah, I mean, already it's kind of insane the difference between the top 3 in HP. Like, it's top 3, but no one in the top 3 is below 50 HP until now. Like, isn't that kind of insane? Yes, it is. But I mean, all good. He's just donkey rolling it to 0 every round on level 9. Interesting. Yeah, I probably would think that you could just econ, like, at least sit at 10 here. There's not really that much that you're... I mean, you're rolling for Lucian 2 plus Sona 2. But, like, it's a little hard to get to. Oh, and look, we got Disco. You know what I gotta do? I gotta become, like, a OP TFT DJ and, like, switch the music every time we get different traits. And so, like, Shungo puts Disco in, and then I change to Disco. That would be so good. All right, there's Lucian too. Solid unit, obviously, but we don't have Jazz in at all, right? Yeah, this guy's holding on. Only 3 bards and a bunch of MFs, but, like, you really just need to find the bard. I mean, the MF's nice as well. Got a lot of traits in, at least. Like, this is a pretty cool, sort of, like, more capped board. We have Open Slot and Kiana. Yeah, I like Red Buff a lot. You can go Red Buff TF. There's, like, he's Open Slot Kiana and completely open items on Lucian. So we could go TJ Lucian, you could go Red Buff here, or you could go Hodge. This is actually, like, I'm actually glad that I paused this, because this is actually a pretty interesting decision here. I would probably get tempted by this TG Lucian here. 3 items, I mean, not really, but kind of, onto your Lucian. It's like 2 items onto your Lucian. Red Buff is nice for healing reduction for sure, though. And then, like, Hodge is obviously a great Kiana item. I think I would go TG here. Looks like he's hovering the Hodge, though. There's Sona 2 finally. And he does find a headliner Yorick, which I think this Yorick unit is very good. He's Mosher Chosen, so you can kind of just slot him in as, like, just that and, like, maybe get a Guardian in later. But yeah, he's fighting this capped well, almost capped MF board. That was 50 gold, by the way. They are looking at pushing levels. Okay, we finally find the Bard. And yep, like I said, we are getting out of the Disco board and more into this board. He finds another Alawi, which is really nice. Alawi 2 would be huge here. He opted to still keep this Kiana, and he likes this Kiana as an item holder for these items over like Yorick or something like that. I don't know. I'm kind of a Kiana hater. Like I think she's great early game to farm items, but in a spot like this, I mean she is your chosen, right? Like we could have just sold chosen Kiana for chosen Yorick. Yeah, I think that's true. All right, Alawi 2 is a big hit here. This might be enough to get us to the dub. Also, I'm K3 Sojoing. I'm slouching a little bit, so sorry. But yeah, I mean, this person doesn't even have TF, but they did. Okay, so this is actually hilarious. His opponent went 10. Shunga's stuck on 9. But the problem is, like, his opponent actually hasn't really pivoted into, like, really strong units yet. Like, not a ton of 5 costs. And Shunga's already rolled down for all of them. So now it's, like, really... I mean, not really hard, but it's quite hard for this person to hit them all. But, oh my god, they won that fight? Oh my god. Okay, TG here now looks disgusting. Just a bunch of items for our Lucian here. I would think is very good. But yeah, he's just gonna hold on this Kiana forever. Interesting. He thinks it's that strong. I mean, she CCs, and I doubt she's doing much damage at all. But like she does be doing a little bit of CC. He's also got the Blitzcrank in still right now. Is just kind of a solid tank Sentinel with Echo. Yeah, I mean nothing really better to play over the Blitzcrank yet, unless we hit like 2-star like York or something. But I feel like that'd come over Kiana potentially. Farm another item here. That's the dub. Now that we have our TG onto Lucian, I feel like that was so big, and he's like rolling decent items. Yeah, he's just rolling on bench here to try to find something. Makes a QSS onto the Sono with the item he got off Kiana, and finds Gragas too. I have to imagine this is the last fight. I don't think, unless, no, I mean, they just hit, I don't know if they hit Lucian 2 this round or last round, but they do have a Lucian 2 on their board. Maybe the Lucian is in completely the wrong spot. It's never going to hit backline here. It's actually getting baited so hard by that Bard, and it is going to be the dub for Shunga there. Really cool game. I guess you can see his LP go up even higher here. Yeah, 969. What a beast. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Check my Twitch and all my other links down below. Thank you.